Today is the day.
Oh, yes, I am in extra low def today, Brandon. But I got to imagine you're feeling really good today. You got the Super Bowl you dreamed of. Taylor Swift.
Look, Brent, listen, I was watching this. We had those picks, and it was like my heart was to be the Lions and the Ravens. That's why I wanted to win. But it's like I just could not bet against Patrick Mahomes, especially because I feel that Lamar Jackson was that guy that he could get it done. But it was without Lamar Jackson, we're in some heavy shambles. And so it was tough to watch Lamar Jackson toward the end, made some plays, obviously, throughout the game that were great. But then a couple plays where he took some sacks where I'm like, oh, my God, man, throw it away. But Travis Kelce was the main event for the Chiefs. He came out early on. I mean, he was kicking helmets around with the Tucker, the punter, the kicker for the Ravens, kicking the helmet around. He had a chip on his shoulder. He's like, move out my way. And I'm like, let's not let that come back to haunt you. Let's stay focused on the game. But Travis Kelce came out and he did his thing. It was first and 10, big plays, catching passes. And he was a freakish athlete. And he made a statement, Brent, and I like what he did because he kind of proved a lot. What I was saying was he is not only one of the best tight ends to ever play, he's top tier. Whether or not he's going to be, number one, number two, number three, they can live and talk about that for the years to come. But he proved a lot in this game, Brent.
Yeah, he made a couple pretty ridiculous catches, right? And look, somebody texts me and says, why don't they cover Travis Kelce? They are covering Travis Kelce. Kyle Hamilton, I don't think had a tight end catch a ball on him the entire season, and he was absolutely getting torched.
They were covering Travis Kelce. You're right. They
were covering Travis Kelce. He's just very good, right? Yeah. And it's a sneaky very good because I look at him and go, what the hell? And then all of a sudden it's like it was ridiculous. But Brandon, I have a question for you. What I can't get over is I really thought this was the year the Chiefs had a down year. They did not look good. I watched a lot of their games and they're like, this is it. The Chiefs are over. And then all of a sudden, the last two games, they've played like they did the last 5 years. It's just dumbfounding to me. And by the way, as a fan of any other team in the NFL, frustrating.
Listen, the Chiefs woke up, and I've been saying it all season. I've been like, listen, the Chiefs have no identity right now. And they didn't. They clearly didn't. It was Patrick Mahomes. It was Travis Kelce. And then when Travis Kelce had some bad games or he was quiet, the Chiefs lose. So it wasn't like they came into this game and it was like, okay, yeah, we're lining up, we're balling, we got all these new players. They didn't. It was the same show. It was Patrick Mahomes, it was Travis Kelce, and then it was Pacheco. But the whole thing was, like you just said, Brent, they literally could not stop Travis Kelce. And it was like, Patrick Mahomes is scrambling. Here we go. There he goes again. Kelce's wide open. Bang. It's like, how is he getting open? He's just making plays. Even when he's not open, he uses his big body as a tight end, almost like, playing basketball as a forward or a center to box the guy out and make plays. So it wasn't like they weren't doing a good job. But even when, Lamar Jackson was on offense, they were running around scrambling, and there were almost at one point, there was like no pass rush. So even Lamar Jackson was making crazy, freakish plays. And this one here was one of those plays, Brent, where Lamar Jackson just could not get away. He grabs this like a freak athlete, goes, I got it, bang, just tripped up. And this was not the first time. This happened once, twice, three times, not this same play, but where he would break loose through the line. Even on one, it was like 4th and 1. He busts through the line and bang, gets tripped up. And Brent, the problem is Lamar Jackson was so gifted all season. And in this game, he was gifted also making big plays, big throws, hitting flowers for a touchdown pass. They were right there. They were in the game. But the biggest question really comes down to is, can you come out successfully? Can you finish in the fourth quarter and be victorious? Because the Chiefs, year in and year out, find ways to win. Good teams do that, and bad teams don't, Brent. I'm not saying that Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens are not great. just not good enough to beat the Chiefs. Was there anything with the defense you saw that, did the Ravens let up at all? I mean, I think they played well.
Yeah, yes, the defense didn't do what I thought that it was going to do, but here's where I think we get a little confused during the course of the season, right? We watch these teams play other teams, right? And they dominate, like the Dolphins, right? They had 11 wins, but they didn't beat any team that was over 500, right? So you get a lot of sort of false confidence in some of these teams, right? I think that's what we've seen with the Ravens, because historically the Ravens do not perform well in the playoffs, right? And when I say don't perform well, I mean, look, you could say whatever you want that the Bills lose all the time in the playoffs, but look, they fought to the freaking last second, back and forth. Each team scored on like the first 12 drives. I mean, it was like an absolute, that was the Super Bowl. Weren't you watching that game going, wow, the Bills are freaking way better than the Ravens?
Yeah. I mean, when I watch the problem of the whole situation, I don't know if it's the Ravens or if it's the Bills as much as it's really, look who they're playing. I mean, this guy. Yeah,
it's the Chiefs. The Chiefs rise up to that level where they're just, when they need to win, they win. It's like, I said this last week and I saw it again this week. Did you see how pissed off and how fired up the Chiefs got over Bills Mafia and the snow and the energy in the stadium? Yeah. They are like, they're like Lex Luthor. They feed off of the kryptonite.
Dude, the Ravens were in this game. And good morning, Candy. Good morning, Brenda. I think it says, let me see, G. Lynch, good morning. Good morning to all of you guys that are coming in and talking in the chat. We appreciate you. Brent, you're right. The Bills really, look, the Bills versus the Chiefs was a Super Bowl matchup. But the Ravens and the Chiefs also watching the game, first quarter, second quarter, this was also kind of like a Super Bowl matchup. But it was like I said, it's just like Lamar Jackson is a superstar, a super athlete, but Patrick Mahomes is the GOAT. And it just shows it's not athleticism. It's not because he can run. It's not just passing. It's the ability to rally the troops.
What I'm trying to say is when they need to get up for a game, when the other team is so fired. Did you hear that stadium there? And boy, so fired up. The other team was so fired up.
Yep.
They get more fired up. They feed off of your intensity for that game. Like if the Ravens just came out, we don't really care. They might have actually fared better. But one more thing, because I got to do it. Lamar Jackson scored 7 points against the Chiefs until late in the fourth quarter. Josh Allen scored on every freaking drive in the first half. Now you tell me who the MVP is. Yeah, it ain't Lamar Jackson.
And I can't even, well, let me say this. I can't knock the boost of Josh Allen. I can't knock the boost of what you're giving him. But when I looked at the game yesterday, and this is supposed to be a live reaction because this is a reaction to how I'm really feeling right now about the game. When I watched them both line up on offense or both line up on defense, I think they were playing hard. Mark Andrews, the tight end's back in the game. He's ready to go catching passes. The Ravens, the fan base, they were excited. Patrick Mahomes is on the road again in Buffalo, on the road in Baltimore. This just shows the caliber player that Patrick Mahomes is. That's right. So, again,
he needed this.
Are we talking stats? Or are we talking wins? Are we talking being able to bring your team to the top in a big occasion? That's why I hate saying let's vote on the MVP of the regular season, even though it's okay because there's some teams that don't make the playoffs that have a great talented player. But if you wait a little bit and you watch players rise to the top, leadership, not just stats, leadership, involved in the community, involved with your team, just an overall MVP that brings that morale, that camaraderie, that excitement to win football games. Hey guys, thanks for watching and tuning into the Brandon Mason Show. Please remember to like and subscribe. Until next time.